Good morning and welcome to the Daily Rep from Pepperstone on Tuesday the 27th of June 2017. I'm Darren Sinden. Let's move on and have a quick look at the overnight changes, any price moves that we need to be aware of. It was a pretty quiet session again yesterday. Volatility does seem to be absent from the market at the moment. All I would flag is that the dollar did make up some of its earlier losses against the euro. Cable remains above 127 on the back of Theresa May's deal with the DUP. The rand back below 13 and dollar yen trading around 111.24. Let's move on. Let's take a look at what's on the calendar today, events that may move the market that you should be aware of. And in terms of the calendar today, not much in the way of economic data, but plenty to come from central bankers. So Mario Draghi due to speak at 8 o'clock GMT, 9 o'clock London time. Later on in the morning, 10 o'clock GMT, 11 o'clock London time, we'll hear from the Bank of England's Mark Carney. And then this afternoon, we'll hear from a handful of US FOMC members. Harker speaking at around 3:15 GMT. Janet Yellen in London today. She'll be speaking at 6 o'clock London time. And then to round things up, Neil Kashkari will be speaking around 21:30 GMT or 10:30 London time for those night owls amongst you. Okay, moving on from the calendar, let's take a look at the breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. Firstly, Brazilian President Michel Temer is indicted for corruption in the latest twist to the country's ongoing political scandal. In South Korea, consumer confidence reaches a 6-year high and the won strengthens on the news. In Europe, Google, or as we call it now, Alphabet, faces the prospect of a record fine and further sanctions from the EU over the unfair promotion of Google shopping at the expense of smaller rivals. The question is then, could this EU action against Google dent tech sentiment? And the chart below, we can see the Nasdaq 100 and a clear trend line in red. We're well above that trend line for the moment, but it's possible that punitive action by the EU could change all of that. Okay, food for thought. Something for you guys to take away with you into the trading day. With Janet Yellen speaking in London today, I thought we'd take a look at what the Fed's up to. But as well as raising interest rates, the Fed intends to shrink its balance sheet to normalise levels over the course of the coming years. But could the current plans be too small to make much of a dent in its $4.4 trillion outstanding balance sheet? The current plan is to start with $10 billion per month, and ING for one seems to think that that's too little and they need to be bolder in their actions. Just before we go, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin is a risky business. If you're in any doubt about the risks involved, then please contact your Pepperstone representative. Just remains to me to say thank you, and we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.